Hey, Leaning into Leadership listeners, it's Darren here, and I've got something really exciting to share with you. I've been working on something that I know is going to be a game changer for so many of you out there, especially if you're an early career principal or a school leader who's just feeling overwhelmed, unsure of where to focus your time, and just needing a little bit of clarity. I've spent years coaching school leaders and speaking at conferences across the country, and one of the biggest challenges I hear all the time is this. How do I prioritize my leadership actions when I get constantly pulled in 100 different directions? Now, if that sounds like you, I've got some great news. I am launching a brand new digital course designed specifically to help early career school leaders take control of their time, focus on what truly matters, and lead with clarity and purpose. In this course, Take Control of Your Leadership, a Road to Awesome map for early career leaders, will give you the tools and strategies to overcome overwhelm and set you up for long-term success. And here's where it gets really exciting. We are officially in pre-launch mode. You'll have a chance to get early access. I'll be releasing more details over the next few weeks, but here's what you need to know right now. Get over to roadtoawesome.net and sign up for our mailing list. As a subscriber, you'll get exclusive early bird pricing, plus some extra bonuses that I'll be sharing really soon, and you don't want to miss that. In the meantime, keep tuning in to the Leaning into Leadership podcast because I'll continue to be sharing more tips, strategies, and course updates in the coming weeks. I can't wait to take this journey with you and to help you lean into your leadership in an even bigger way. Now, thank you for listening. Let's get to today's episode. Hey, my friends, welcome into episode 167 of the Leaning into Leadership podcast. This special midweek edition has me thinking about and diving into something I find absolutely fundamental and absolutely a bedrock cornerstone must-have for successful leadership, and that is clarity. This episode also serves as a little bit of a sneak peek into the first module of our upcoming digital course, Take Control of Your Leadership. Clarity is all about getting clear on what matters most to you as a leader, and that's what this episode is all about. Now, I know it can be really tempting to just jump right into the action, to tackle all the daily demands and just start checking things off our list, right? When we complete things on the checklist, boy, we feel like we're being productive, don't we? But the truth is this: without clarity, you'll end up wasting energy on things that just honestly don't matter. And as leaders, we need to be really intentional about where we invest our time and where we invest our focus. So today I want to share with you why clarity is that essential element. I want to tell you a little bit about my journey to finding clarity, and I want to give you some actionable steps that you can take to start on your journey towards some clarity. So let's start with clarity and why it matters so much for school leaders. See, clarity is what really grounds you. Think of it like a compass that guides you through the noise and distractions that come with everyday leadership. When you know what you stand for, when you know what your priorities are, you're not just reacting to the day's demands. You're actually leading with intention. Now, if you've read my book, Road to Awesome, The Journey of a Leader, you know that I believe that really great leadership comes with clarity and with being intentional. And without clarity, it's so easy to get lost. You end up constantly putting out fires, responding to whatever issue seems most urgent in the moment, and you end up moving from one crisis to the next. Well, that's what I call firefighter mode. And it's just exhausting. You know, it keeps you from focusing on the strategic work that actually moves the needle in your school. Think about it this way. If I don't have a clear direction, I am absolutely at the mercy of every distraction and any demand that happens to come my way. And over time, that really takes a toll on our energy. It takes a toll on our motivation, and ultimately it can take a toll on your effectiveness as a leader. But when you have clarity, you're able to really filter out what doesn't align with what your core values are and what your focus is. You're actually able to say no to the distractions and yes to aligning actions to your vision. That's why clarity is so important. So let me tell you this. My first year as a principal, I want to share a story from that time. I remember the very first day with my leadership team. When they came back to work, I had this plan. I thought I knew exactly what I wanted from them. I had laid out my expectations from classroom walkthroughs to evaluation process, but the feedback I got from them was not what I expected. There was actually quite a bit of pushback, and I felt like I was being challenged on every point. And man, it really frustrated me. It took me a while to realize that it wasn't their lack of willingness to support my plan. It was my lack of clarity. I hadn't taken the time to really fully define what it was that I wanted, nor did I give them a chance to collaborate with me in developing this plan. I was coming in with my own ideas, but without a clear strategy or involvement from my team, and it was a mess. I mean, in hindsight, folks, I can see that my lack of clarity created that uncertainty and that resistance from my team. That wasn't on them. That was on me. I had to learn the hard way that as a leader, it's not enough to just have ideas. You see, as a leader, you need to have a clear vision, a solid plan, and the willingness to bring others along with you. Clarity isn't just about knowing what you want. It's about communicating it effectively. It's about involving others in the process. And it's about making sure everyone understands the purpose behind it. That's how you build trust. That's how you build alignment with your team. It all comes back to that clarity. So let's get a little bit practical. I want to share some steps with you that you can take today to start building clarity in your leadership. These are some actions that make a big difference and have certainly in my journey, and I think they can help you too. So here we go. Just 3 real simple steps. Number 1, set time aside and define your core values and your priorities. If you really take some time to reflect on what truly matters to you as a leader, man, it's amazing where you can go. For me, it's things like building and maintaining positive culture. It's making sure every staff member feels like they're valued. It's empowering student voice. It's making sure that I focus on being the instructional leader and that I lead with a coaching mindset. And finally, that I'm being the champion of my school in every way. And what are your core values? What are those non-negotiables that really guide you? If you really take the time to dive in deep, what would you discover are the things that are truly at your core? Step number 2 is aligning those actions with your priorities, right? You've identified the core values. Now you need to take a look at your daily activities. Right? This is where the disconnect happens so frequently for so many school leaders. I certainly struggled with this. If you're not aligning your actions, your time allocations with your priorities, then you're simply running from fire to fire. If you're spending time on things that don't support your values, it's time to reevaluate how you are spending your time and where you are putting what you claim to be a priority. You might find that you're already getting sidetracked by the time bandits, right? If you missed out on the time bandits, go back 2 episodes and listen in to me talking about time bandits, right? Those time bandits, those little tasks that feel urgent in the moment, but honestly, they're not really important. Half of the time, our time bandits aren't even our own things. We're dealing with something for somebody else and allow crisis to become ours. Right? Make sure that you're aligning your actions to your priorities. Right? And then step 3 is communicate that vision very clearly. And clarity doesn't just help you. It's designed to help your team. And your staff needs to know, they deserve to know where you're headed and why it's important. Take the time to articulate your vision. And I'm not talking about just tell them once at the beginning of the school year and hope that they got it. All right. You wouldn't expect your teachers to do that in the classroom. You wouldn't accept it of your teachers in the classroom. Don't accept it of yourself. Make sure you're bringing others into the conversation and bringing them along for the journey. When you involve your team in developing your plan, they become invested in it. They're a whole lot more likely to support the vision and help you bring it to life if they have had a say in it. Now, as I mentioned, clarity doesn't happen overnight. It is a process of reflecting, of refining, and communicating consistently. Once you have it, man, clarity becomes your foundation for effective leadership. It helps you stay focused, it helps you make intentional decisions, and it helps you to lead with purpose. Now, if you're ready to dive in deeper and gain even more clarity on your priorities as a school leader, I'd love for you to plan on joining my new digital course, Take Control of Your Leadership. Sign up for our email list at roadtoawesome.net. You're going to get exclusive access to special offers, some behind-the-scenes updates, and some special early bird pricing. This course is all about equipping you with the tools to lead with confidence and to make a lasting impact. Thank you for joining me today here on the Leaning Into Leadership podcast. Remember, it all starts with clarity. Take some time to define your values, get clear on your priorities. Let's build your Road to Awesome journey together. Have an outstanding week and just keep on leaning into leadership.